Right, okay. So, um, now which direction would it be? It would be. Well, hold on. It would be north-northwest. Oh, no, that's just houses. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to remember where the fuck I was. Right, what I need to do now is go back towards the standing stones first. Then you get your bearings from there, rather than just trying to sort of dodge my way around and just try and do it on the fly. Though if we do see the priory anywhere, that'll obviously be quite helpful. I mean, I don't see it anywhere in this area, so maybe it's in a completely different direction. I don't know. Have I explored any of the buildings over really on this side? I mean, I haven't explored that frigging mill over there, that factory building. I doubt there'll really be any alcohol in that, but it might be worth taking a look, just to see if they do have anything interesting. Because you never know. Whilst I'm here, I'll get rid of this device piece. There we are. Right, let's just have a quick look over here in the old factory building, and hopefully that guy up there won't present too many problems as we're doing it. Let's see now. Dynamite, axe. Nah, not really what I need. What I need is alcohol, not material for a fireworks display. Maybe if it was a friggin', 5th of November or something, we could do a fireworks display, but it's not. At least we got one bottle of whiskey, though, out of that. Okay, there's the friggin' priory over there. This is where we need to go. I think I definitely haven't really been through those houses over there. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should be doing that, Mr. Frodo. And all that. We'll do that in due course, don't you worry. Right. Oh, God. Yeah. Freaking coughing a bit. Bloody hell. In the meantime, of course, actually, something else interesting that I've been doing recently. You know, of course, that I'm into my anime these days. Watching more and more of it. I actually watched a couple of interesting shows recently in the last few weeks. Picked them up on DVD off Amazon. They've been very, very enjoyable overall. So one of them that I've actually watched was a show called And You Thought There Is Never a Girl Online, which is about an otaku girl who can't sort of distinguish between reality and the fantasy of the game that she plays, and she's obsessed with a male player. Oh, look, we've got bad clientele around our friggin' pub. Well, we're going to have to deal with this, aren't we, ladies and gents? We can't have this. Right, you bastards, you're going down. You're down. Oh. I can zip-zap. Zip-zap. Alright, got him. Did they even activate our traps? I bet they didn't, did they? Let's see. Hold on, is there anything I need to deposit in? Yes, I do, in there first and foremost. Right, I've got my pliers this time, which is good. Where is the trap that was on this side? Oh. It despawned? Oh, son of a bitch. My fucking trap's despawned. Didn't realise they could do that, okay. Well, you learn something new every day, don't you? Okay, let's just tot up all the points that we've got so far. So, what we've got is, we've got 2 bottles of sherry, so that's another 20 points. So let me just tot that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's those. We've got another stout, which is another 5 points, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got another 4 points for these whiskies, which I'll have to put in another door because we filled up this inventory space. Hold on, if I put them in here, got to remember, you've got to put them in the pub inventory space for them to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's another 4 points right there. Gosh, I'm getting so many so far, so many points. It's really, really good actually. Oh god, I'm getting gas from my lunch again. Well, lordy loo. Now, let's go up and, have a look in that direction that I mentioned a moment ago, which I haven't really gone in. This is loaded back to full, which is good. Could also take out that scarecrow we saw, see if he's got his brandy on him. If he's got any brandy. Oh. Actually, having said that, maybe not. Got some bad clientele in the area again. People from the wrong side of the tracks and all that. Okay, about 45 minutes into the challenge now, which means roughly only another 15 minutes or so to go. I think we are doing quite well though, aren't we, ladies and gents? Got so many points. We can have a very well-stocked pub by the end of this. Ah, yes. And then of course, once we got it nicely stocked up, invite all the clientele except the robots, of course. So in other words, no clientele at all, because there's no humans in this world. At least not unless we're playing multiplayer. But, oh god. Jesus. Fucking everywhere, aren't you? Oh god, there's another guy there. That's a scarecrow. Give it a wide berth for now. I should have got my rifle out and maybe did some sniping, I don't know. Who be round here? Oh, hello. Actually, this is quite far from those guys, so maybe we can take out old boy over here. Get his, get his face ripped off, and we'll maybe do it with the old axe. Come on. So what was I saying? I was talking about anime again, wasn't I? So, and you thought that there is Never a Girl Online. That's a show that I've watched recently, which is it's all right. It's good. It's entertaining if you're into that kind of thing. No fucking Brandy there, unfortunately, because he's a fucking bitch. Never mind. But the other show, actually, which I watched recently, completed actually just in the last couple of days, which is I felt was a bit more entertaining. What's it called? It's The Devil is a Part-Timer. That one. About a demon lord from a world who falls into. So it's kind of like a reverse isekai. So you know what the isekai genre in anime is, everyone. It's basically where a character usually from our world is transported to some sort of mystical, magical world, and they have to kind of learn how to survive and all that, and get by in that world, find out, deal with what's going on, things like that. Basically, The Devil is a Part-Timer. It's that, but in reverse. So rather than someone in our world going to another world, it's basically someone from a different world entirely, full of magic and things like that, coming through into our world, having to learn how to survive. And basically, in this case, the creature, or creatures rather, that come through into our world are Satan and one of his minions, the Demon Lord. And he ends up getting a part-time job at basically what is meant to be McDonald's, but it's not called McDonald's, it's called McRonald's, or McRonald. Yeah, there's a lot of references in that show, how should we say, to various fast food chains. McRonald, SFC, Kentucky, that's what they call it. Kentucky Fried Chicken, ladies and gents. But I hear that KFC is actually quite a big institution over in Japan. It's a funny little cultural thing. But yeah, The Devil's Part-Timer, I thought it was quite entertaining. I thought it was entertaining enough for what it was. Even if it's quite a crazy fucking storyline. That's the thing. I got some whiskey there, that's good. But there's quite a range actually of animes at the moment that I want to watch. So there's obviously those two which I've watched recently, so I've got them kind of down and off the list. Tick them off the checklist and all that. What other ones? Nisekoi, actually. Nisekoi False Love. That's an anime that I really want to watch at the moment. But unfortunately, the thing is, because my internet's kind of shit, streaming is really fucking difficult. Because the videos are constantly buffering, and it's just really annoying having to wait for it to start every couple of minutes. But alternatively, I tried looking on Amazon to see if maybe it was on DVD, could pick it up. There are DVDs available on Amazon, but the problem is like Series 1, it's split across a couple of DVDs. So it's like, you can buy one DVD which will give you the first half of the season, then you have to buy the other one that gives you the second half, which is kind of freaking bollocks. But the problem is, no matter where I look on Amazon, right now, it seems like the first half of Season 1 of Nisekoi False Love is just not fucking available. Which is really peeing me off, because I really want to fucking watch it. Because apparently, I don't know, a lot of people rave about it. Some people say it's really good, that it's really interesting. So yeah, I want to watch it. And also because it looks like it has some cute girl characters in it, like Chitoge. The thing is, Nisekoi, I think, is most famous for the Chitoge versus Onodera debate. Who's your waifu? Is it the Tsundere Chitoge or is it Onodera? And yeah, it's quite polarising. But there are other kind of female characters in that who look pretty cute and adorable. That's fuck it. I'll be honest. That's why I want to watch it. But yeah, whatever, whatever, ladies and gents. Good lord. Right, we are coming up to the final 10 minutes of the challenge right now, which we need to be hurrying up and see if we can get any more alcohol. Well, we haven't found any brandy, but it's not too much of an issue, I guess. You have to remember we have to deposit our spoils actually in the pub inventory space in order to get the points, so we have to get back there with a bit of time to spare, just so I can put everything in its place, basically, and toss up the points and all that. Okay, right. So yeah, good shows. Nisekoi. Got to keep my eyes out just in case it does become available on Amazon anytime soon. Well, the first half of season 1, that is, because there's actually a couple of seasons of it. Yeah, if I can just get that first half of season 1, get myself started, that'll be awesome. Other animes I want to watch, possibly No Game No Life. I might watch that one because that's another one that people seem to really like. So that's probably worth picking up at some point. There's probably loads of others as well, come to think of it. I have a Word document with an absolute ton of ones listed. Incidentally, actually, an anime that I will be watching sometime, hopefully in the not too distant future, will be the Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak Academy. Because the thing is, obviously at the moment, as I'm going to record this, I'm not far off completing Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. I'm working through a lot of the bonus content at the moment. So yeah, that'll be done hopefully fairly soonish. I say that, soonish. But then once you've done Danganronpa 2, what I have to do is, then I have to play Danganronpa Another Episode, Ultra Despair Girls, which looks very interesting because it's a bit of a spin-off of Danganronpa, so it's not a murder mystery, it's more of a third-person action game. Again, looks very interesting, but then apparently once you've watched that, when you played that, you then have to watch the Danganronpa 3 End of Hope's Peak Academy anime. And apparently that has multiple story arcs to it. So there's like, well, what is it? It's like there's 3 kind of story arcs. 2 of them have multiple episodes. 1 of them just has 1 episode. But apparently the order you're supposed to watch them in is a bit kind of weird. It's like you have to watch. Right. So what are the 3 arcs called? There's one called Future Arc, one called Despair Arc, and one called Hope Arc. I think it is. You have to watch the first episode of Future Arc. Then you watch the first episode of Despair Arc, and then you basically alternate back and forth like that between those 2 arcs. And then once you've completed all the episodes in them, you then watch the Hope Arc episode. And apparently that's the way you're supposed to watch it. Oh, bloody hell, have I just attracted a scarecrow somewhere? I thought for a second I did then. Actually, since we're not too far off actually from the pub, I think we'll take out old Scarecrow buddy here. Just to see, maybe he has brandy, who knows? Just empty that cylinder into his head. There we go. And of course he has nothing, obviously. Jesus, scarecrows are not willing to yield their brandy in this playthrough, are they? Oh boy. Oh god, I have to watch out for landowners now. That landowner's appeared. He's gonna come and collect rent from us, since we're renting the old pub from him. Well, I don't know. That's the story I'm going with, ladies and gents. So yeah, anime talk and all that. Nisekoi, want to watch it. No Game No Life, want to watch it. Other ones do I want to watch? Over on Propagandist, well, I say people, I think there was one person who once commented asking me about what my thoughts are on the isekai genre, and then they mentioned a couple of other animes which are of that similar kind of thing. God, I can't talk. Which are of that genre, which they would be interested in hearing my thoughts on. I think one of them was, is it called? I can't remember what it's called in Japanese, but I think the English name is something like Saga of Tanya the Evil, something like that. People have asked about that, so maybe I'll have a look at that. Okay, so since we're going up towards the final 5 minutes of the challenge or so, let's get these next bottles added to the list. So that's 2 more bottles of whiskey, so 2 more points in that regard, that's good. And then we've got another 15 points worth of bottles of stout. Fan-friggin-tastic. Let me add those on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Right, so, I mean, you've still obviously got technically 5 minutes or so, but we're not really going to be able to find anything else, I don't think. Hold on, is there a shed over there? Oh, I never noticed that. I did not notice that over there. That is kind of interesting, isn't it? Hold on, let's just have a look in here. You never know, there might just be that 1 bottle of alcohol or something. And there is! Freaking hell! Right, hold on. Come on, back over here very quick. Wow. Didn't even freaking get that early on, but I managed to get it now, fortunately. Pub. was over in this direction. Where am I going? Right, come on, let's just deposit this one very quickly. Over here. Okay. So that'll be an extra 5 points, that will, which will be pretty damn good. We really are doing well for points here. Must say, it's got to be said, ladies and gents. Put that in there. There we go. So that's another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Added to my tally. There we go. Stopwatch. Going up to the final 4 minutes now. Ah, man. Maybe just see if we can take out another scarecrow or something. Okay. See if there's one over here. Because, yeah, I think we can get it done in just a few minutes. Assuming there aren't any friggin' robot hunters around who could cause problems. But we'll try it, ladies and gents. Okay. Yeah, there's a scarecrow over here. I'll bet you, though, he doesn't have one. I bet you I'll kill him. I'll look at his inventory, it'll just be books or something. And maybe a pumpkin as well, obviously. Nobody else heard that? Oh god, I should be careful not to spinning my camera around. Fuck me, it is just books again. More reading material for the people in the pub. I'll eat your pumpkin though, lady. Lady? I know he said lady. He's not a lady. What am I talking about? He's a very creepy looking gentleman, is what he is. Alright. Okay, we'll tell you what, let's go back to the pub. I don't think there's really any much point at this stage in doing further exploration. Especially since there's only about 3 minutes left to go now. We'll deposit our books in the back room. Maybe have a read as well, see what sort of books we actually accumulated just as we wait for the timer to tick down. I think that'll be quite good, won't it? Okay, these two in here. God, look at the fucking revolver ammo that I got on the traps as well. I don't read those right now, they can go back in the storage. Another book there. Got fucking 9 books total. Actually, no, sorry, not 9 books. 11 books total. Okay, what's this one? Hounds of the Treachery. Hounds have been the element source of myth and rumour of the people of the British Isles. Black Dog is an omen of woe or even death. While the Blue Dog is kind of joke only understood by the Welsh. I think I've seen this one before. Yes. Yeah, I've seen this one before. It's about the dogs making money playing cards by learning new tricks, things like that, but the dogs will one day return. Terrible Forests of the Universe. There is something out there in the water. It is but the first sign of things to come. My daughter's fashion wards against bog creatures, with wildflowers and locks of their hair, but such pastoral invocations will not save us. As the days draw towards a bitter winter, I am convinced that the appearance of lights in the meadows provide us with a warning. They are a harbinger of the terrible forests of the universe into which we now wander. My only hope now is that my family can be persuaded to abandon the village and head across the inlet to the town beyond. Perhaps there in the warm glow of civilization, the strangeness will leave us, and we can look forward to unhaunted evenings where the sounds of the terrors do not wake me in the dead of night. That may be familiar, I'm not sure. Mother Paul's sack pudding. Ingredients for sack pudding: 5 connotations raw, a pickled suggestion with the implication removed, chopped analogy, some syllogism without the rind, instructions for cooking. Place all ingredients in a metaphor and begin to shake uncontrollably. Once entirely frothing at the mouth, lay on the ground and moan until nearby onlookers are forced to act. Again, feel like that's familiar. The golden arm, I think that's familiar as well. Right arm of solid gold. No, that's the same one. What am I doing? Tremendous stench. Once the cause of stench had been confirmed by the men from London, people were going to arrive from all over nearby counties. Even the local house, the Red Lion, was to take a new name. These golden times were in retreat when a foreigner arrived from the east. Golden tailor clothes, he was evil. Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar. That's Hounds and their Treachery again. Jack the Robot Killer, we have seen before, I'm pretty sure. Fortunate Jack. Well, they went on till it was about dark and they began to think of some place where they could spend the night. About this time they came inside of a house and Jack told them to keep still while he went up and looked in through the window. And there were some robots counting over their money. Then Jack went back and told them to wait till he gave the word, and then to make all the noise they could. So when they were all ready, Jack gave the word, and the cat meowed, and the dog barked, the goat bleated, and the bull bellowed, and the rooster crowed, and altogether they made such a dreadful noise that it frightened the robots away. By and by, the robots saw it was all dark, and they sent one a number back for their money. Before long, he came back in a great fright. I don't think we've seen that one before. I'm not entirely sure. That's the one we just looked. And actually, we're coming up towards the end of a time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. There we go. That's 1 hour done and dusted. Hold on, let's just look at these. Important etiquette: do not speak to tall men, they're easily offended by shortness. Tea should not be drunk after 6 o'clock for religious reasons. Wearing a crab claw on your hat is considered overly exuberant. Shopkeepers and landlords can widely be addressed as yeomen. Remember to retain your grip on a black umbrella at all times. Never discuss taxes. Always mention your support for the crown. Your wife should not be allowed to tell allegorical jokes. Books are frivolous unless they refer to horses and husbandry of. No vilification of simpletons. Feign indifference. Do not mistake a gentleman for a lady when on consecrated ground. Foreigners should not be referred to without stepping outside. Smoking cigarettes is a fine way to seem disaffected. The awful dream. I heard the dogs howl in the moonlight night. I went to the window to see the sight. All the robots that ever I know, going one by one and two by two. On they passed and on they passed. Townsfellows all from first to last. Built in the moonlight of the lane, quenched in the heavy shadow again. Mechanicals marching as when we played, and soldiers once but now more staid. Those were the strangest sight to me, who were drowned I knew in the awful sea. That's familiar as well. The robot worm of Spindleston how? Spindleston here? I don't know. Soon the country round about had reason to know of the robot worm of Spindleston. It's spelt with an E. Spindleston. I don't know. For hunger drove the monster out from its cave, and it used to devour everything it could come across. So at last they went to a warlock and asked him what they should do. Then he consulted his works and his familiar, and told them, the robot worm is really the Princess X-67, and it is hunger that drives her forth to do such deeds. Put aside for her 7 kine, and each day as the sun goes down, carry every drop of milk they yield to the stone trough at the foot of their thing, and the robot worm will trouble the country no longer. But if ye would that she be borrowed to her natural shape, and that she who bespelled her be rightly punished, send over the seas for her brother Automatic Fabian. I don't think I've read that one before, and that's full of what the fuck, I don't even know. Okay, right, so with that out of the way, we're done now for the pub landlord challenge. We survived, so success. Great success, yeah? Let's have a look at all our alcohol right here. Look at all that stout and sherry and whiskey that we've got. No cider, unfortunately, and we didn't get any brandy either, which is not very good. But let's tot up how many points we got. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 18, 85, 19, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 186. 186 points, ladies and gents. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy to take that. So we didn't quite fill up all the doors of the pub, but we did get a fair amount of stuff. Never seen so much alcohol concentrated in one inventory space. Absolutely fantastic. So hope you enjoyed that challenge then, everybody. This is the Pub Landlord Challenge. It makes me think of other kind of very similar challenges I could do as well. So keep your eyes peeled and maybe you'll see more in that regard. So if you're not doing so already, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links down below in the video description as always, along with a link to my propagandist channel where I do various anime related gubbins. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment below, maybe share the video with your friends on social media. And if you're not doing so already, why not subscribe to my channel? But in the meantime, I'm signing off now. Goodbye all. Come on, give me a bit please. That's there. Got him. Right, let's get put some cards there so we can get across to where that gold tooth is. That's good. Particle effects, causing lag, of course. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, everybody. Because that's the thing about this game, Alice. In many ways, kind of like my So You're Being Hunted series, these Alice episodes, because, you know, they typically tend to be quite long, and the gameplay is, you know, fairly repetitive at times, with a lot of platforming, solving puzzles, things like that. It's nice to have a bit of a conversation and, you know, turn these episodes almost into kind of like a podcast sort of style, so to speak. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, right, a little bit of a checkpoint here, so what's the deal?